What's going on, guys? Honky Kong here. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for watching this video. And today, actually, I'm going to do a video today that I should have done a couple months ago. I meant to do it a couple months ago. I don't know what happened. I put it on the back burner, forgot about it. But I stumbled back across it today, and I'm really glad I did. Because this is one of those videos that's so insane and so far out there that it's almost impossible to believe it's true, but it is, okay? And that is a teachers union here in Michigan called the Michigan Educational Association, and their support of a convicted pedophile teacher who over the course of 2 or 3 years assaulted and molested one of his students, okay? Raped this boy repeatedly. Their support of this guy, and not only their support, but the support of some of his colleagues showed this fucking despicable rapist, okay? So we'll get into that. But because this is a union-centric story, because it's going to revolve around this MIA union, I'd be remiss if I just didn't real quick talk about how crucially important unions are, not only to the Wayne County area in Michigan where most of the factories are, but by default the whole state. You know, the union it just runs in people's blood around here, okay? My grandfather was a member of the UAW for 35 years, retired from General Motors, okay? My town, I'm in a suburb of Detroit, grew up there. And it was one of those deals where all my buddies' dads worked in the factory, and when you graduated high school, if you had your pops in the factory, you went to work for Ford, GM, Chrysler. If not, you did like I did. You went to the military, joined the army, whatever, or went on to college. I mean, that's just what you did. You did one of those three things, and it's just. Growing up here and being in the shadow of the big three, the union is ingrained in you. Me personally, I'm not a big union guy, okay? But I'm not going to get into that. That's just, I'm not a big union supporter. I could sit here and talk to you guys literally for hours over union abuses I've seen and witnessed and had, very close friends of mine who worked in the factories tell me about. But this isn't a union bashing video other than bashing this piece of shit MIA union and their actions here, okay? So let's get into it. This happened in Rose City, Michigan, okay, which is in the town of West Branch, Rose City. It's kind of all the same. I hate to do the Mitt thing, but I'm gonna fucking do it. It's up here, okay. So mid Michigan, a little bit north of mid Michigan, and there was a teacher there named Neil Erickson, and from 2006 to 2009, he assaulted and raped one of his male students, and he abused a student over that course of 2 or 3 years there, okay? He was caught, and he was convicted, and he was sentenced to 15 to 30 years in prison. Now, what's shocking about this story is last March 2013, the Rose City School District offered buyouts, $10,000 cash buyouts to employees who voluntarily left the district because they were trying to cut back on some of their teachers. So this fucking union says, oh, you know what, wait a minute. Let's try and get the $10,000 buyout for the convicted fucking pedophile rapist, Neil Erickson. So the Michigan Educational Association Teachers Union is trying to get $10,000 from Rose City to give to this pedophile cocksucking motherfucker in prison. I cannot make this shit up. They're actually doing it. They're going after the school district to try and get this fucking cash. Unbelievable. The head of this is a low-life scumbag named Stephen Cook, who I truly hope burns alive or has some god-awful thing happen to him. Maybe he goes swimming in the Amazon, one of those little fucking penis fish swims up his fucking dick and he has to get his dick cut off. Piece of fucking garbage. But Fox News sent their camera crew, and I will link this. This is really funny. They sent a camera crew to interview this motherfucker. They tracked him down, they were interviewing him, and he was just, you could just tell he's a smarmy motherfucker, just, no comment, no comment, no comment. I really wish the cameraman had spit right in his fucking face or cracked him with that fucking microphone. But, and props to the reporter, because the reporter really went tough on him with the questions. Basically did everything but tell the guy he's a sick piece of shit, which he is, okay? As fucked up as it is that this MIA union is trying to get this guy $10,000. My opinion, the bigger story here is his colleagues. He had 7 fellow teachers and 1 school board member who pretty much supported him. I'm talking about Neil Erickson, the rapist. They all wrote letters to the judge, but they showed up and on behalf of the rapist, they asked for leniency. They asked for reduced sentencing for a teacher who raped one of his students repeatedly. They're asking for leniency. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, how did that come about, man? Like, what did the union push that? And I don't know. I have no idea if this is the case or not. Did the union say we got to get in there? We got to support this guy? What the fuck is going on? What could possibly? I have some really awesome dudes I work with, some guys that I'm very close with. If I found out one of them was a fucking pedophile, there's not a fucking chance in hell I would ask for leniency. If I found out my brother was a fucking pedophile, I wouldn't ask for leniency for him. But these motherfuckers up in Rose City, 7 teachers, 1 school board member, actually during the sentencing, they all sat like on his side of the court. Now, fortunately, the judge was a smart judge, saw through it, and gave this rapist cocksucker 15 to 20 years or 15 to 30 years in prison. And I hope he does every fucking day of 30 years. And the judge admonished them. He said, "Why, you guys are here to support this convicted rapist. Why aren't you supporting the victim and his family?" So obviously the town was really fucking pissed off. Everybody went crazy when they found out these 7 teachers, who are still teachers to this day up there, by the way. These 7 teachers support this guy. So they're all demanding the school board fire these motherfuckers, get them out of here, and fire your school board member that was there supporting this piece of shit rapist also. Okay, now the school board is in a really, really tough situation. It's a big time catch-22 for them because legally, with this very powerful Michigan Educational Association union, they can't fire the teachers. They could fire them, but if they did, they'd be facing years of lawsuits, millions of dollars in court costs, and it would probably bankrupt the school system. Okay, but because they didn't fire them, the parents up there are very, very pissed off, and a lot of them, now this is already a school district, about 2,000 total students, okay, very small school district, but a lot of the parents have pulled their kids out of the school system in protest of them not firing these teachers, which is caught, right now they're estimating like anywhere from 85 to 90 kids have been pulled out of the Rose City schools, and it's going to cost around $600,000 in funding. Okay, I don't know if that number, the dollar number is correct. That's just what I read. So bottom line, the teachers still have jobs. It's really crazy because some of the Michigan teacher contracts, they are fucking rock solid, Loctite. Last year when Governor Schneider finally went after the right to work, he and I don't remember if I talked about this or I mentioned this earlier, so I'm just real quick. Right to work is and you saw a lot of controversy, like what happened in Wisconsin. Basically all right to work says is if you get a job somewhere and it's a union, there's a union that represents the workers, whereas before you would have had to join that union to work there. Now you don't. It's your choice. Like if I get a job tomorrow at Ford's and I don't want to join UAW and have them take the dues out, I don't have to. I could still work at Ford's and not be a UAW member, or I could join the union and do whatever the fuck I want. It gives the worker the right to decide whether they want to join whatever union represents your shop or not. That's all right to work is. But when right to work was being bandied about last year, and it did pass in Michigan here. We do have a right to work law now, which I fully support. Some of the things that came out regarding teacher contracts in Michigan were really mind-boggling, and part of the things that came out, I do believe is a strong reason to pass. Because here in Michigan, it's almost impossible to fire a bad teacher. Okay, and not only that, some of the contracts that these teachers had throughout the state were really crazy. Like one mandated a teacher couldn't be fired until he had like 4 DUIs. Another one mandated a teacher couldn't be fired if he got caught selling drugs to kids unless he went to rehab and did it again or something. I mean, just really bizarre, off the wall shit, And I do think that's seeing things like that in a contract really brings home the fact that Rose City, even if they wanted to, they could not fire the 7 teachers that wholeheartedly supported this pedophile. Not only just, and I'm not talking about just supporting him in private, like, oh yeah, well, let's hope everything goes good with fucking Erickson, the child rapist. But no, they put their name out there, they sent the letters, and they asked for leniency for him. So, hey, it's what it is. But fortunately, I believe it has a happy ending. The boy that was molested, he was assaulted. He's now a student at university here. I think he's at Western Michigan. He's doing well by all accounts. And Erickson's rotting in fucking jail, hopefully living a miserable life, getting his ass pounded every fucking day. I really, truly hope so. And I hope he lives every day in terror and agony. I really do. Fucking piece of shit, pedophile motherfucker. And the 7 teachers, if I lived up in Rose City, man, and I passed one on the street, I'd spit right in their fucking face. Honest to God, I'd spit right in their fucking face. Despicable animals, those people. I have no compassion, no nothing good to say about any one of those motherfuckers. They're human garbage. If you could support a convicted child rapist, you're this much better than a child. You're that much better than a child rapist. Okay. I mean, you're right there with them in my book, and they're running around free on the streets. What a shame. That's all I got. Sorry this video ran a little long. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. I'm going to catch you next time. Peace.